What's up, y'all? What's up? What's up? What's up? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome back to another week of Just a Fan Podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Well, told y'all we was gonna do it on Monday night. Told y'all.
Monday night, we here.
But Christmas is on Wednesday, so we're definitely not gonna do it on Christmas. And tomorrow, a couple of our guys was going to be traveling, so tonight made more sense. Now I traveled, but my traveling part is finished, so I'm down here in the Tar Heel State where they got good old chopped barbecue with
Oh,
coleslaw on some potato
Okay,
bread.
pump your brakes on that.
uh-oh.
There's no North Carolina barbecue pales in comparison to Texas barbecue. We all know that. Continue. Let's talk about football.
I'm not. I did not say anything about North Carolina barbecue being
They
better
say it
than
was the
Texas
best, E.
barbecue.
Dang.
Relax, relax. Let me finish. Let me finish. I'm down here where they got good chopped barbecue with coleslaw on potato bread with some hush puppies and a North Carolina sweet tea. That's where I'm at, okay? Anyway, y'all already know who I am, right? Mm-hmm. The Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, the NFL Encyclopedia, Coach Williams. And I am watching Monday Night Football as the Green Bay Packers is smoking the New Orleans Saints 21-0 with a 2-minute warning. Okay? That direction, panel 316. Now, he lives where there is good barbecue as well in the good old state of Texas. He's a good guy with the black hat. And what does he say? Home stretch. Yep, home stretch. Matter of fact, I think no, okay. So for the title, I said down the NFL stretch. So it's close enough. I should have titled NFL home stretch. I didn't even think about that. Oh well. Anyway, down below, Steve Space Age White. Hi, what's up, y'all?
What's up? That's me. I'm here, man.
All
Happy
right, all right, all right.
happy
So
holidays to the viewers, the fans.
yeah, happy. Hey, matter of fact, so rude of me. Happy holidays to all of y'all, man.
Yeah.
And to the ones who do celebrate it, Merry Christmas to y'all. And we appreciate y'all being here with us. And we with you guys being with us for a whole nother year again. So we got some stuff to get into, man. And I tell you, we was last live on Wednesday. And I think Thursday or Friday, it might have been Thursday, I think. Wild random stuff started coming out of New York City. Okay.
Ooh.
This owner of the new, well, I'm not gonna say New York Aaron Rodgers anymore after this. I'm gonna go back to calling them the New York Jets. But I tell you what, this owner named Woody Johnson has to be out of his mind. Okay, first of all, your GM Joe Douglas was close to making a trade for then wide receiver Jerry Jeudy of the Denver. I mean, when he was with the Denver Broncos. But you said it's not good enough for you because you looked at his Madden rating. Okay, that's number one. Number two, you asked your GM to get approval from your two teenage sons. Okay, now your GM, I'm sure, is making millions and millions of dollars to make these decisions, and you telling him to talk to your to your two teenage sons. Okay. First of all, I got two nephews that are around teenage age. Okay. Actually, they are teenagers. I'm not asking them for no football decisions. If I was a GM, I love them. Trust me, I do. But I'm not asking them for when it comes to making football decisions. If I was a GM, but gentlemen, what do y'all think of this gentleman, of this guy Woody Johnson? And there was some other stuff. I'm not gonna get into all that. But what do y'all think about this guy Woody Johnson? And all this stuff you're hearing about him. I don't care who goes first.
Steve.
I mean, you already said it, Brandon. I mean, listen, man. If a GM is asking his teenage sons, or the GM, okay,
The owner tells the GM to ask for his son's approval about personnel moves.
man. I mean, that's you're talking about nepotism as far as like you have to go through my grandsons. It's just it shows inept, man. But like to be honest, I mean, people tease all kinds of other teams or pro organizations in other sports, and it's like, dude, like this takes the cake in my opinion, man. Like it shows that he just doesn't care. He doesn't care. He's the owner, and they can't do anything about it. And that doesn't show a bright future for the Jets, man. It just doesn't. When stuff like this gets leaked, like that's really what's happening behind closed doors. I don't know, man. I don't know what to say. And the sad part is that's probably not the worst thing that's come out of his mouth as far as the organization.
Well, I'm sure it's not, because you have a rich billionaire who, whatever he did to be a billionaire and be this successful, he more than likely did it his way. And so he's stubborn as a mule when it comes to probably a lot of decision making. And so you're running a franchise with this stubbornness, and like you said, there's no future with this nonsense. And it's not because not only are you, well, first of all, you're going to destroy your team. That's number one. And you're already interviewing for new GMs. You're going to be interviewing for new head coaches. But like you made a lot of moves to try to get us to the Super Bowl by trading for Aaron Rodgers and bringing in other players. And it's like those guys are going to be gone soon. And then you got this young nucleus of like a Garrett Wilson, Sauce Gardner, Breece Hall. But I feel like their careers are going to be wasted because of you. So, I feel sorry for those guys, because one thing to have a team that's bad just because, okay, it's bad. But it's another thing to have a team of these good, talented players, like I just named, not go to a Super Bowl because you're just that horrible of a human being / owner. If that makes sense. To me, it's levels to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
E?
Well, if I currently play for the New York Jets, my mindset is I want to get out of there as soon as possible.
Correct.
I don't care where I am traded. I don't care if I'm released. I need to get out of there. If that foolishness got to me, that the owner of the team that I play for determined personnel decisions off of Madden ratings, that would be, there is no straw breaking the camel's back. That is literally the school bus falling on the camel's back.
Oh yeah. And to be
There
fair,
is no, listen to me now, and because there's some people that follow sports and they're very smooth brained and don't understand what's wrong with that. But the video games are meant to imitate real life, not the other way around. There is no,
Mhm.
They did not want to trade for Jerry Jones because Woody Johnson conferred with his teenage sons, and they said his awareness rating was low on Madden. You are conferring with teenagers who play video games to fill the personnel of a multi-million, dare I say, multi-billion-dollar franchise.
Billion.
If nothing screams ineptitude and irresponsibility and idiocracy like that, those is there are no words. When I found out about that, I'm like, nah, this got to be this. Y'all ever heard of Onion News Network where they do the fake, stories to be the satire? That's what I thought it was coming from. And then I find out that, wait a minute, it's true.
Now let me educate the viewers just a little bit. So, and we're Madden players on here, right? So let me just educate the viewers for a second. So, and I'm not defending him at all. I completely agree with you, Eric. So at every NFL game, there are Madden rating experts, right? Or EA Sports sends people to every NFL game every week to watch players and to give, I guess, what their view is of their ability. Problem is, they're not coaches. They don't know football that well.
Yep.
They're hired by Electronic Arts to go out, give their opinions, report back. Next week, ratings are changed. So this is not, these guys are not good evaluators of talent. You could have, you could take Amon-Ra St. Brown against, let's just say, maybe a Chiefs defense or a Vikings defense. He may have a tough game. His rating is going to fall because EA sends out someone to evaluate him in that game and to adjust his Madden rating. So it's not proper evaluation of their ability.
Not at all. Yeah, that's the worst way to operate. I'm really am at a loss of words, and I agree with you. If I'm a player for the Jets, I am on my way out the door. I want out. There's nothing you can tell me to sit here and say, "Ooh, I want to stay here for the Jets." No, you can trade me to the New York Giants across right across the right across the city. Send me to the New York Giants. I'd rather be with them than be with y'all because at least my team sucked, but I know why because the personnel just bad. Your owner just dumb. Your owner just flat out dumb. Period.
I'd also like to add that if you are a potential free agent and you are being pursued or courted by the New York Jets, that it should not be a no, but an unequivocally a hell no. Because I don't care anybody, what up, Cleve? I don't care what amount of money they try to throw at me. I would not want to play that. Now we know that there's going to be some players that's going to go there because the Jets will throw some money at them that looks really good, and that's so I'm gonna get this money, but our money ain't good money. Those of y'all who play dominoes down south, y'all know what I'm talking about. All money ain't good money. You see that quick easy 10 on the table, not realize you about to get smacked upside the head with a 15 or a 20 because you laid down that bone. I'm talking to domino players. All money ain't good money.
Mm-hmm.
To be in a place that dysfunctional and idiotic there's no amount of money that's worth it at all. So, but yeah, the thing about it is that you cannot fire owners. So he's gonna be there.
And the thing about it is, like, the only way the franchise loses money is if you stop going to the games, you stop buying merchandise online, or well, I said stop going to the games. But you know, unfortunately, that's not going to happen because fans still go to the game. So he's always going to be there. It, it's real hard to get rid of an owner unless he's just that horrible of an owner as far as
You
like
can't get
legal situations.
you
And
can't get rid
unfortunately,
of an owner unless they pull some political controversial stuff. You can't get rid of an owner unless it's
and
racial or
just
yeah, you
something, or
can't.
even some legal.
Yeah,
yeah,
exactly. Right.
Jets fans are used to not winning. I'm just gonna be real. If I offend some Jet fans, I'm sorry, but let's be real. Look at your history. You're used to not winning.
Really not.
Okay. So honestly, Jets fans are extremely masochistic. They will go to these games, they will buy merch, and they'll still be hollering JETS, Jets
Jets.
in MetLife Stadium,
Uh-huh.
despite knowing that your owner's an idiot. What up, Eric James?
What's up, gentlemen? What's up, gentlemen? Thanks
What's
for
up,
joining.
man? Welcome.
So yeah, we can move on to the next topic because there's only so much energy we can put into something that's crazy.
Since I'm not going to give an idiot, someone who's just plain stupid, that much energy. Okay. Man, playoff picture is really shaping up throughout the NFL. We can talk about, different games that happen over the weekend and how affected the playoff picture. Why don't we start with a game? Well, I didn't see it coming until I guess the starting quarterback went down, and you talking about a drop off at quarterback? It was a huge drop off at quarterback.
Man, it's Kenny Pickett. What do you expect?
Well, I know, but I tell you what, Mike
It was
Tomlin,
still a game. It was still a game.
It was still a game because you had Saquon Barkley and you also had one of the best defenses in the league.
It was still a game, man.
Yeah, but even with all that, Washington still turned the ball over 5 times, and that was like still the crazy thing. Like it was still a game even with that. So
It was still a game.
I know.
Yeah.
So Washington beats the Eagles, but I feel like if Jalen Hurts doesn't go out with a concussion so early, the Eagles has no problems beating Washington because they were dog walking them in the first quarter. You can tell.
Yeah, it was a different
About
game.
that game?
It was a different game. Go ahead, E.
I think I think we all agree that there's probably a different outcome if Jalen Hurts is playing in this game. But I do want to give flowers where they are due because nobody on that defense got hurt, and Jaden Daniels played great. He played phenomenal. Was it like 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter? Hello,
Well,
Jeremiah.
Well, yeah, but I mean,
I feel like he solidified himself as the offensive rookie of the year this year with that game.
Hold on. Oh, okay. I hear you. So when the starting quarterback's not in there, I know Brandon's not a big fan of Hurts, but offenses tend to stall a little quicker when your starting QB is not playing.
No,
It makes the defense a lot more tired.
Yes.
Steve.
Okay, so I don't take credit. What's up?
You're right. I don't like Jalen Hurts, but even I know for a fact that yes, that's a. I said as I was talking as we switched topics, it was a huge drop off from Hurts to Pickett.
Yeah,
and I could tell.
The thing is that we're not. You can't overlook. Yes, I get it. The defense was out there. They was tired. But you're talking about the number one defense in the NFL at the time. And yeah, okay, they got tired. Okay, man. But this man hit them for what? 5? He hit them for what? 5 touchdowns?
Oh, he balled. Oh, he balled for sure. I don't want to take
So
credit away
that's
from him.
all I'm saying.
Yeah,
Now, if you want to, just poo-poo the fact that the Commanders defense did well, it's like, okay, yeah, and y'all played better than expected, but that was without Jalen Hurts. They did bottle up Saquon somewhat. But yeah, it was completely unexpected. This was a game that I picked the Eagles to win.
Yeah.
But the Commanders came and they showed. Now, what I would like to address is those of you who are watching, if you are a Commanders fan, I need you to calm down.
Agreed.
I know you're happy about this win. Okay. I know. Man, don't worry about it, Donna. You ain't
What's up, Donna?
we ain't gonna dock your check. We're not
What's
gonna
up,
take
What's up, Jeremiah? What's up, man?
You good, Donna.
What's up, Donna? Thanks for joining us on this Monday night.
Yes,
the
thank all of you for joining us on Monday night, because
Yeah.
this was unexpected, because Christmas is on Wednesday. But I need Commanders fans to calm down a little bit. Okay.
Yes.
Are the Commanders playing extremely well, better than they have played in the past years? Absolutely.
Yes.
They deserve their flowers. You're contending for your division. You just beat, quote unquote, one of the best teams in the conference. Despite losing their quarterback, still you beat them. It's still a win. All those things need to be highlighted now. But there's talk. Fan is short for fanatic, and the problem is, and I think every fan base has this problem. But it's really bad in the NFC East. Like, they go overboard. Okay, Eagles fans are crazy. How you gonna boo Santa Claus? That happened in the 80s. We already talk about Cowboy fans all day, present company excluded. But Commanders fans, y'all getting out of hand. I need y'all to calm down. Okay. Yeah, you guys are talking about Super Bowl. Like, hey man, you still fighting for a wild card spot now. Pump your brakes.
Sunday's game's gonna be big.
You have potentially the offensive rookie of the year. Yes. Okay. That defense is still porous. They played well yesterday, but that defense is still porous.
Okay, so that's on my end.
So you definitely need to pump your brakes. The team's playing great. And I said this off the air. If the Commanders are able to get to the wild card round and win one game in the playoffs, this season should be considered a success. It should be.
True.
Consider where they came from. But let's see how things play out. Because they could fool around and win this game against the Eagles this week like they did, and then turn right around and lose to the Falcons the following week with Michael Penix starting.
It's possible.
It's possible. Yeah. So calm down.
And I don't want to sound like a hater. I do like Michael Penix. I like Terry McLaurin. He's one of my favorite players in the entire league. It's just I just feel like it was a good win. They took advantage of the situation as far as Hurts being out. They balled. They didn't play great, but they did enough to win the game. And just take the win and just keep it moving, man. Because you got Atlanta, then Dallas again, and it's not solidified, man. The playoff berth. So I would pick the win, but just be a little humble. I know they haven't been here in a while as far as making the playoffs. But I would just calm down just a little bit.
And that's a great segue, Steve.
Yeah, because the way Dallas is playing, man, like Dallas could end up returning the favor and eliminating y'all, because y'all eliminated Dallas yesterday, but Dallas is playing better football than expected. They have won 4 of their last 5 games. Is it 4?
Yeah. 4.
Yeah, 4 of the last 5 games
against bad teams. Yeah, and the Buccaneers, they're bad too. I don't care what they did last year; they're bad. bad.
Well, and the NFC South is still average to bad. You're right.
The 4-1
They're,
against all
they're
terrible
below
teams.
average. They're below the let's call a spade a spade. The NFC South is below average. The Saints are getting dog walked as we speak.
Yeah.
But a lot of that has to do with injuries. But the Buccaneers were never really they were an illusion. The Falcons still trying to get their feet under them. The NFC West is a complete joke. Okay.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
It's a complete joke, and mainly it's because of the injuries with the 49ers. It's like the 49ers and then everybody else. And like they don't realize that you got teams that don't realize they bad. They not good. Rams,
Right.
Seahawks, and Cardinals. They don't.
Yeah, because
they think they're good. It's like you got the three siblings in the house. When dad leave the house, you know, the older siblings like, yeah, I'm the boss now. Yeah, I run the house until the bills come. You know,
Yeah, because
you don't run the house.
yeah, because
Dad comes back.
the Cardinals lost to the Panthers yesterday, 36-30 in final overtime. And
Case in point.
I was just like, what? Okay. And then
the NFC West hasn't struggled this much in a while.
Probably
over a decade.
The Rams struggled to beat the dysfunctional Jets who we just talked about.
That's
19-9. Like
That's
that was terrible. But anyway,
they couldn't score a touchdown on an injury-riddled Niners team.
Yeah.
Anyway, but you know, going back to Dallas, Dallas could eliminate Washington at the towards the end of the season, and
we're gonna try to. I mean, we're gonna try to.
And that's the thing. Like Dallas has been playing so well lately that
can we say shooting? Can we say shooting ourselves in the foot? Because that's a great segue into our next segment.
Mike McCarthy might be retained.
So by winning against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, Dallas was 11th in the draft. They had the 11th overall pick. They are now the 15th overall pick in the draft by winning that game. And also, now the talk around town is that Jerry Jones is thinking about retaining Mike McCarthy as the head coach. And I'm like, the hell wrong with y'all? Because I think most Dallas Cowboy fans who are sensible are like, no, get this guy out of here. If you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you always got. And retaining Mike McCarthy is that. Like doing the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. That's lunacy.
It is. It really is.
Lunacy.
Because you went 12-5 3 years in a row, but it's like as soon as you hit the playoffs, you're eliminated. You're not only eliminated, you're blown out. Like, and my thing is, you would think, because first of all, in my opinion, the stench of losing to Green Bay in that playoff game last year still resonates in the city of Dallas, just in my opinion, okay? And to me, you don't think that that's not enough to still let this man go, okay? You bring him back, okay, you may go, let's say you do go 11-6, or you go 12-5 again next year. Let's just say you do. But then you make it to the playoffs, and then what you want and done again. Yep. So to me, that's not worth it. You need to bring in a coach where, okay, yes, the record still matters, but I need you to do better in the playoffs. I'm tired of being one and done. Okay. Ever since the last Super Bowl, yeah, we've been to the wild card or we made it to the division round, but next we're eliminated. Can we get to the conference championship? Can we do that?
And that's the thing. It's like, you know that, and I know that, and Steve knows that, and people who have common sense know that. But the determining factor is not us. The determining factor is an 80-plus-year-old man who has delusions of grandeur and will just do anything because he can and won't leave well enough alone.
Look, man, I feel like, to be honest, us discussing Dallas is not even on par, man. We shouldn't even be doing this right now because it's so terrible. It's not even worth even addressing them, man.
I have to disagree right there because if we were talking about, let's say Matt Eberflus was still a coach in Chicago, and the owner was in the Chicago is doing what they're doing right now, and the owner was talking about, hey, let's keep him around. We would have to talk about this.
But we know this is a game Jerry's playing during the season, right? Like come on, man.
Now, I will say this. Steve just brought up a good point towards the end of his defense. Jerry Jones probably is playing games with everybody and just keeping the Cowboys relevant in the media. Like
exactly.
He always
keeping the morale high to spoil, the Commanders and whoever else. Like, come on, man.
He would say stuff in the media to keep y'all talking about him, and people fall for the okie doke, and that's how they make money. So
okay, So let me ask a question then. If the Cowboys go and beat the Eagles this week, and Jalen Hurts may not play because he's under concussion protocol, we don't know if he's going to play yet. But the Cowboys going to beat the Eagles, and then finish out and beat the Commanders.
Here you go.
I'm playing devil's advocate, and Jerry Jones. So you're telling me that he's going to go ahead and you're fired.
Well, he won't be fired. His contract just run out.
No. I don't want you to think like you would think. I want you to think like that 80-plus-year-old man.
Eric, yes. Listen, if he didn't win 12 games last season, he'd have been gone last season, Eric.
Okay.
Yes, he's gonna be gone.
Ladies and gentlemen who are watching, remember this.
He's gonna be gone, man. He's gonna be gone.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember that Steve White and Brandon Williams said that Jerry Jones is playing Jedi mind tricks with the media, and that
he is.
Mike McCarthy is definitely gone after this season. Yes. No questions. He's definitely gone.
No question.
Okay.
I pray I'm not wrong. But
boy, if you're wrong, you know how I like to dance on people's graves.
That's fine. No, again, I'm really depending on that to happen. I mean, it could happen. We had Jason Garrett for years, but I feel like if he didn't win 12 games last year, he'd have been gone. And it's looking like he won't even hit. He may hit 500, but he's gonna be gone, man.
They're gonna be like, let me say, he had a whole slew of injuries and he still fought through it, and they won some games against some really tough opponents, and they really finished strong, even though we were eliminated from the playoffs without even snapping the ball last week.
He will say that. But he's gonna be gone, man.
Okay.
He's gonna be gone. Okay. I mean, if he wants to spend 5 more years with, that's fine, but I don't think he's gonna do that. Seriously.
Okay. Hey guys, I remember you said that.
Hey guys,
and I'm a man of my word. If he is not brought back, I'm gonna say, hey, I was wrong, Steve. You was right. You know your team.
And I'll be embarrassed as usual. So it's no harm or foul on my end, personally.
I'm telling you, man. Let me tell you something. That franchise in Frisco, Texas, is not a franchise I would back. Like if it was a horse and I was betting on racing, I'm not backing that horse because they do some crazy stuff over there.
Hey guys, real quick, y'all watching this game?
No, I am not.
No.
Okay.
Nope.
Let me tell you what just happened. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. So the Saints were forced to punt the ball. Okay. Now I know the special teams coach is the interim head coach. Okay. I don't know where he's getting this nonsense from. They did like 2 or 3 shifts, punt shifts, and the only thing they did was just punt the ball. And I'm
Oh,
like,
yeah, I've seen that before. Yeah,
but why?
to bluff a fake or to throw off the return team. Yeah, I've seen. Yeah, it happens.
You have?
Yeah,
Okay.
it happens.
I,
It
I've
happens not
never seen that
super
before.
often.
I've never seen that happen
Yeah.
before.
Oh yeah, it happens more so in college. But yeah, some teams do
Well,
that.
see, I
Yeah,
watch college football that much, so okay, that tells you what I know. Because
yeah, it
I was
happens.
like, why are you doing all this shifting? First of all, okay, I can see if the game was a little bit closer because it's like 21-0. So to me, like that was a waste of time. But if the game was like 21-17 and you felt like, hey, if I do this, I can maybe really do a true fake and
Mhm.
then get a first down and then maybe potentially score or take a lead or something, like I'm fine with that. But you're going to get smoked by Green Bay either way. And I just felt like that was a waste of time.
I mean, you gotta try stuff because if I
No, no,
mean,
no. I don't
if
no,
the
no, no.
gunners are thrown
Time out,
off
time out,
and
time out,
one
time
good
out.
return,
Steve. I don't mind you trying stuff, okay? But if you're gonna try stuff, one, I need you to be like somewhat competitive. Yeah,
no,
like Eric James said, I agree. Like, what are we doing?
trying stuff.
If the game was more competitive, then yes, do it. Try something different. But you're going to get dog walk. Why are we doing this if you're going to get dog walk? Why?
Right. Well, when you're down by this much and you're 5-9, you just do different things because again, they're down 21-0. One big return. If the gunners are thrown off on punt coverage, possible fake. I mean, one return for a big game changes the game just a little bit. But I mean, these guys have not much to lose. I mean, they're 5-9. Like, why not do that? You win tonight. How is it going to help you? What you going to do, New Orleans? Nothing. So I mean, they try stuff, man.
I agree with Steve. I agree with Steve. Just hey man,
Yeah.
just devil may care. Go. I'm
Yeah.
the interim head coach. They probably
This is
not gonna
real
give me
tanking.
they probably
this
not
is
gonna
real
give me the head
tanking right
coach
here.
position. They not gonna give me
Right.
that. You know, I'm
Right.
man, I'm just calling plays, man, at this point. You
Right.
know, man. I just like, hey, let's try something.
I guess, man. I guess. I
Which
don't
gunner
know.
do we keep in the off season? Let me try
Huh?
some new stuff. Let me see who's working hard. Which gunners are we going to keep in the off season on special teams? Like,
You're not going to be the head coach
this
next
is
year
real.
anyway. So
This
what
is
difference
real.
does it make?
No, this is real tanking right here. Like, let me see
Yeah,
who's
you're right.
doing
This is
what
real
now.
tanking.
Yeah.
You're right. This is real
Yeah.
tanking, man. I was like, man, like all this shifting and shifting and. Yeah, I mean, but you're not going to be the head coach next year. So what are you evaluating? You could be somewhere else.
Antonio Pierce.
Hey, I tell you what, that's a topic. That's a topic, not just Antonio Pierce. What coaches do y'all think? What coaches y'all think is fired after this year?
I know some that need to be fired, but I don't know if they're gonna be fired.
Talk.
Well, I know you probably got Kyle Shanahan in your
and
mind.
include McCarthy in your picks, man. Come on.
Actually, that's who I was talking about. It was Mike McCarthy.
Okay. Minus Mike McCarthy. Okay, we already talked about McCarthy. Who needs to go?
Honestly, Kyle Shanahan.
But
honestly,
okay. All right. I'm sorry. Stop. Besides Kyle Shanahan, Mike McCarthy, who needs?
No. Let's talk about Kyle Shanahan. So you say that E. So who? I know the why. We talk daily. More than we want daily. But who would you want to replace him if you get rid of him?
Honestly, San Francisco would be a very attractive place to an offensive-minded coach like a Ben Johnson.
It would have to be him only, man.
Because all the pieces are in place. You got the quarterback, you got the receivers, you got the running back. All you got to do is add to that and then implement your offense. There's very little that you got to do. At this point, San Francisco just needs to bolster their offensive line because that's what he meant. And that a lot of blame is being placed on Brock Purdy for a lot of the games that they lost, especially this one last week. But the people that don't know football are saying that Brock Purdy lost that game with the interception. If he's getting hit in the throw because the center didn't slide over and pick up the looper, and see, I'm talking over some people's heads right now. Then yeah, he's gonna throw a pick because he was trying to layer a ball over the first level of coverage and in front of the third level of coverage. But it wound up being an interception. Oh, it's Brock Purdy's fault. No, it's not. The offensive line is awful. And
Y'all, yeah.
If you guys draft 2 guards this year and keep Trent Williams, because I don't think Trent Williams is retiring unless you know something different. If y'all
no, he's not.
2 guards this year and they do a reasonable job this coming season, that will help your offense tremendously.
I'm gonna say this: y'all would need if you ever moved on from Kyle, like if you did this off season, y'all would need Ben Johnson, no one else, and you would need, as far as like the head coach, and you would need Salah back or
absolutely
the DC. Y'all would need that perfect marriage of a staff.
Yeah.
If you don't have that perfect situation, there's no point of doing anything.
Yeah,
Y'all, to at least meet who you guys were last year and the previous 2-3 years.
and see, here's the thing, Cleve. I'm gonna address that. Real quick, and then we're gonna get back to our topic because Cleve put something down there. The Texas OC is getting side-eyed now after creating a buzz last year. He created a buzz because he was a first-year play caller, Cleve. This is his second year. He's not going anywhere anytime soon. The Texans are going to have to do way more.
He's not good enough. He has too many weapons and they're injured, so he needs to show more. Just a little.
He's got to show more. This is his second year calling plays. He is a second-year play caller. Okay, he created a buzz last year because he did it with a rookie quarterback, and he made hay. But he's going to have to do more. So we're going to put that to the side. But that's why, getting back to the Shanahan thing, this is why we talk about coaching purgatory with the 49ers, because like you said, Stephen, I agree absolutely with everything you're saying. The only upgrade from Kyle Shanahan would be a Ben Johnson. Also, there's another thing you have to consider is that Shanahan and John Lynch are tethered at the hip. So that means you have to get a whole new GM. That's another thing that's keeping Shanahan safe. They're a package deal. So that's what's keeping Shanahan safe, because Lynch, despite some of the things he does, for every bad move that he makes, like drafting a kicker in the 3rd round that can't hit a damn thing, for every bad move like that, he makes 3 or 4 great ones. Like drafting a guy in the 5th round that winds up being a starter and looks amazing. Like where the hell did he come from? That's why John Lynch deserves to stay as the GM of the Niners, because he makes the most out of every draft pick. But to your point, Steve, yes, he, like, Shanahan's decisions, it's not so much his bad decision making, it's the arrogance behind it. He stands behind his bad decisions.
Well, yeah.
And
like
it's like, are you see? Prime example. I got something on my phone right before we went on the air. The Niners are going to be without 1, 2, 3 of their starting offensive linemen, and without 2 of their backup offensive linemen. So you're talking about 3rd and 4th string linemen going into a game against the best team in the NFC in a meaningless game. And he says, he is quoted as saying, I haven't considered sitting Brock Purdy down. Stuff like that needs to get you fired. If Brock Purdy is injured in this game, Shanahan needs to go. It's a meaningless game.
No, yeah, that's a real concern as a Niners fan. Like, for real.
And you got Joe Blow from off the street. You got Joe Blow from off the street playing on the offensive line. Tom, Dick, and Harry playing offensive line in front of a quarterback that you and the GM claim that y'all want to pay at least $50 million next year. Yeah. That is shooting yourself in the foot to the umpteenth level. And those type of decisions, And that's what's crazy because Kyle Shanahan has the ability to do things well, but he just doesn't. And it's like, what the hell are you doing? Type of thing. So, yeah, I think the 49ers are in coaching purgatory because I don't think they will get rid of Kyle Shanahan. I think they do need to get rid of him. There are several games that they lost this year because of his ineptitude when it comes to the fourth quarter. For 3 quarters, he's the man. Get to the fourth quarter, it's like, what the hell are you doing? Whether they got the lead or not. So I'm talking about 4-minute offense and 2-minute offense. He's completely lost in the fourth quarter. The fourth quarter is not Kyle Shanahan's quarter.
Okay, well, yeah, man. It sound like you all stuck with him because of John Lynch, and so I guess if you get rid of him, it's almost like you have to get rid of John Lynch too. So yeah, you bring in Ben Johnson, but then who would be the GM replacement?
That's the problem. And that's something that I think Jed York is thinking about. You know, and to his credit, Jed York is like, okay, I hired y'all. Go. I don't need to be on TV. I don't need nobody interviewing me. I'm not gonna take no interviews. Y'all handle this. That's what I'm paying y'all for. I'm not gonna micromanage your stuff. But just know that I'm watching. So yeah. I think that's a big part of it, you know. So I don't know what's going to happen honestly in San Francisco. I can say this, and we'll go on to the next topic after I finish this thought. A lot of the problems, a lot of the losses San Francisco had was attributed to injuries.
Of course,
because let's be honest, and I'm not being biased here, even though it's a fan, but I'm being honest with this take. A healthy 49ers team sweeps this current NFC West. They do. They just do. I mean, you played umpteen games with Christian McCaffrey. The Rams game, the first time, isn't even a close one if McCaffrey's playing. You lost key players on defense. The defense probably, even though defense isn't great under Nick Sorensen, it's like, okay, if I run a 10 flat 100-meter dash and you run an 11 flat 100-meter dash, if we racing and we both healthy, I'm going to beat you every time because I'm just better. But if you hit me in the kneecap with a lead pipe, you're going to win the race, but not because you a better athlete than me.
Right.
It's because I'm hurt. So Rams, Seahawks, Cardinals, enjoy your time. I'm just putting it like that. So, you know, I actually had a Rams fan tell me, because I was bringing up the fact, he's talking about that Sean McVay owns Kyle Shanahan. I said, that's incorrect. I said, Shanahan all time is 10-6 against McVay. And he's like, well, now he's 10-7. Like that shit was a flex. I'm like, shut up. Stop talking. Drink some bleach. Like, seriously. But, you know, but being fair, like, the injuries is one of the reasons why he's not going anywhere. And the front office has come out and said they're committed to Brock Purdy. They're committed to Kyle Shanahan. They're committed to John Lynch, which I think is a winning combination. Well, I mean,
it is.
If they fix the offensive line is the reason why they lost the Super Bowl. Honestly, that last drive, Purdy had to throw that ball away because Spencer Burford got beat by Chris Jones coming up the middle. The pressure up the middle didn't allow him to set his feet to throw, so he had to get rid of it.
Well, that's the thing,
and then
man.
Juwan Jennings wide open in the corner.
With GMs, it's like, you know, they're evaluated as far as who they draft, and you guys draft well. I know, you know, exactly. John Lynch and Shanahan have, you know, you don't like, you know, here's some of his moves with drafting the, you know, the punter.
Some of his stuff is dumb, but
they're around.
But looking at it holistically, yes, you're right. Looking at it holistically, John Lynch has done more good things in Vegas.
Like you have a crazy, right? I mean, yeah. I mean, GMs evaluated on who they draft and the roster that they construct.
Yep.
And that's just what it is. You know, I mean, you have good players.
And not just good players, but they've drafted good players in day 3. Yeah. And that's where you really should be making your money on that day 3. Like round 1, cool. You know what I'm saying? Just to make sure you're not make sure you're not drafting a bus. But day 3, especially like round 5, 6, and 7.
DaRon Bland, bro.
For the Cowboys,
for the most pick sixes in the season. He had 9 last year.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, you could dislike who they hire as coaches, but building a roster, like, like give them grace, man. Like they get some good players, man.
Jawan Jennings, 3rd and Jawan, 7th rounder.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Drake Greenlaw, 5th rounder. George Kittle, 5th rounder.
Romo, Miles Austin, undrafted.
Undrafted.
Okay. Brock
Orlando
Purdy,
Magic was a
Mr.
5th round
Relevant.
pick.
Exactly.
So if you're gonna make hay, you have, and it's funny that we bringing this up because y'all throwing out Cowboy names, I'm throwing out Niners names, but honestly, like the Cowboys are going to have to hit on every pick this draft to get back to relevancy. They're going to have to. It's not just about. I ain't gonna say it's not about. It's not just about who they pick in the first round. They are going to have to hit on every pick from 1 through 7.
We draft well. We need the coaching.
The coaching if you get a head coach who comes into that locker room and is a program flipper, he can make a lot of those players better than what they are.
I'm not concerned about the draft. Who we draft? We draft well.
Because look, hold on, Steve. Sean Payton came in and flipped that Broncos roster, and look at them now. Okay?
Yeah.
Jim Harbaugh went to the Chargers roster and completely flipped that thing. And the Packers got.
And he's not done.
Right now, that's the thing. So,
yeah.
Yes, I hear you when you sit there and say, yeah, they need to hit on draft picks. But I think the head coach is way more important than just them hitting on draft picks.
Yeah, it is.
If they need to get rid of Mike McCarthy, finally.
Let's look at
and bring in a program flipper. Because
so let's take
hold on, wait, Steve, think about this. If you are going to the divisional round with Mike McCarthy and you're going to the divisional round with Jason Garrett, what would you do with a program flipper with a much better head coach?
Well, what I'm saying is the talent is there in the draft. It's about, like, look at the Giants, man. Like, Dabo is the issue. Like, look at who they have coaching these people that have potential and talent, man.
But it's not but that situation is not just Brian Daboll, it's also the GM. The GM hasn't really brought in anybody. He got some good players on defense, but they kept Daniel Jones over Saquon Barkley.
So let me say front office rather than coaching. Just a whole front office, man. If that's not right, it doesn't matter who you draft, man. But you got to draft the right players and have the right staff in place to develop them, man.
And that's what I used to say. You got to be able to scout, draft, and develop. I've been saying that for a long time.
Yeah,
it's true. So moving on, there was a lot of action that happened with our original top 5 from last week. So I'm interested in seeing what these top 5s are going to look like this week. So I'm going to do something different. Last week, we're going Brandon, Steve, Tristan, and myself, and then we're going to go Snake. But last week, Steve had the Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, and Steelers, 1 through 4. Tristan had the Bills, Eagles, Lions, Vikings, and Steelers. I had the Eagles, Bills, Lions, Chiefs, and Steelers. And Brandon had the Bills, Eagles, Chiefs, Lions, and Vikings. Okay. So I think a lot of stuff has changed since then because it's kind of interesting. But let's get it started. All right. Brandon, number 5.
Okay, real quick. Did you get picks from our 4th gentleman?
Yes, I got him. He texted them to me, and of course he's gonna put up stuff that's gonna make us question, but he's not here to defend.
He probably put the Rams at number 5 or something crazy.
No, I don't know better than that. He know better than that.
I don't know. I don't know.
He know better than putting nobody from no NFC.
I don't know. He probably put the Broncos. I don't know.
The Broncos make more sense than the Rams.
Yes, they do.
I don't know.
Okay, Brandon, you're up first, and then it's Steve.
Okay, number 5. I tell you what,
Oh, you going off the cuff? You don't have your stuff written down.
No, wait, I got you. I just want to see something real quick. Okay. Oh, okay. I tell you what. If they win next week, I'll move them up finally. But right now, I'm at
Who
number
that?
5, so I'm going Minnesota Vikings.
Vikings at
Okay.
5. Okay. I feel some type of way about the Vikings, and I'll go
Okay.
into that later. But
Okay.
Steve, you're number 5.
I'm going Ravens, man. They climb back up. I'm going Ravens, man. Big win against a good team. They're a postseason team. Momentum, man. If they're home, it's gonna be a problem. I got the Ravens, man.
All right. Tristan has the Eagles as his number 5 team, and I can see that they fell a
Okay.
little bit because of that loss to the Commanders. And I also have the Eagles as my number 5 team. Now,
Okay.
last week all of us had the Steelers as the number 5 team,
No, I didn't.
and Brandon had the Vikings.
Okay.
So yeah, my number 5 team is the Eagles. My number 4 team is the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Whoa.
Mhm.
Okay. I can see that.
Yeah,
I can see that.
they are the Steelers. And like my top 5 is gonna kind of be shocking when you get to the end of it. You're gonna be like, whoa, yes. So but my number 4 is the Steelers. Even though they lost to the Ravens. And I say this all the time, and anybody who's been watching the show since I've been on it knows I love Ravens versus Steelers. I don't care what the records are. I don't care where they play it. They can play on the damn moon. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care about either team, but I enjoy watching them play because you're going to see some really nasty physical football. And I love it. I love it. And the Steelers, they really went out there and they played really well. I still like they made some mistakes, but I still like them as my number 4 team. They still look strong going into the playoffs because as they get healthier, I feel like they're gonna make a little noise. They're gonna make a little noise. But so yeah, I have Steelers as my number 4. Tristan has the Vikings for his number 4. Now,
okay.
the reason why I don't have, and I'm gonna just spoiler alert, the Vikings are not on my top 5 simply because they had to struggle to be a Seattle Seahawks team when they should have.
I'm okay with that because the Vikings.
They should.
They're a sleeper, man.
No. I still think they're a good team. No. I'm not saying they trash, but they can't be my top 5 team when you play somebody that weak. It's Geno Smith over there, man.
I got you.
And the game came down to the end. Come on, man. They should have crushed. I got a friend of mine, Jared Williams. Shout out Jared Williams if you're watching. He's a Vikings fan. Been a Vikings fan. I told him, I said, hey, man, y'all play like trash, man. I know y'all got the win.
But I got you. But some of the good teams take weeks off, man.
I guess that was, you know what? They took that week off, so I'm taking them off my countdown this week.
It's a long season. Like, you can't push every team you play.
Okay. But when you see a weak team, you crush a weak team. You know they say in the hood, you see a B, you slap a B. Yeah. Okay. The good teams do that. Okay. They didn't slap a B. They just tickled them and made them quit. Here, Gucci, cool, Seahawks. That's like that. No, they should have curb stomped the Seahawks. They are so much better of a team than them.
What?
So no, they can't be on my top 5. Not this week, because when you see a bad team, you whoop a bad team. You roll them. So, but Tristan believes in him. He got him at his number 4.
Eric, the Seahawks are not a bad team. Dallas is a bad team. The Giants are a bad team.
Yes, the Seahawks are not a good team.
They're not bad. Like they're just not. They're just not good.
Seahawks are not a good team.
That man said coochie.
Yes. So, Steve, what's your number 4?
My number 4 would be, I would say, the Eagles.
Okay.
Tough loss. I get Kenny Pickett was playing. Hurts was injured. They're still a really good team. And top 5 is still like a great a great spot to be in, but I feel like my top three are just way better than the Eagles. That's it.
Okay.
That's my logic. Yep.
Brandon, number 4.
I gotta agree with Steve, man. Philadelphia, man, number 4. Yeah, I mean, again, you know, that was a huge downgrade at quarterback once Hurts went down to Pickett. Mike Tomlin got the most out of Kenny Pickett. Matter of fact, he squeezed all of the toothpaste out of the tube for Kenny Pickett. So Kenny Pickett is just an empty thing of empty tube of toothpaste. Yeah, that's it, man. Philadelphia number 4. That's it.
I'm concerned about Philadelphia's defense. That's why I have them as my number 5 because, yeah, you lost Jalen Hurts. But like we talked about at the top of the show, you lost Jalen Hurts, but you're still supposed to have the number 1 defense in the league and allow a rookie, Jaden Daniels, to do what he did. That raises an eyebrow. Now, am I saying the Eagles trash? No, I'm not saying that. But that's still one of my top 5 teams. But that's a huge eyebrow raiser right there. So
I hear you, E. But like with Pickett in there, and he's in Philly for a reason as a backup. So like,
yeah,
with Hurst not being there, I mean, the deep like if the offense stalls, that's more stress and strain on the defense.
I absolutely get that. I get that. I do.
You know,
Give me some grace.
You know what? I wonder if they were to do this again next Sunday. I'm talking about Washington, Philadelphia, with the same situation. Kenny Pickett plays majority of the game. I wonder if Vic Fangio calls a different defense.
I'm sure he would because Vic Fangio knows how to make adjustments. He just didn't do it in that game. And that's another reason. That is yet another reason why I'm knocking them down because Vic Fangio normally makes it. He wouldn't allow that type of stuff to happen.
Listen, I love
they
that
put a spy on
Washington.
Jaden Daniels the whole damn game. He running all up and down the field.
I love that Washington won that game.
And that's why I'm saying in the group chat yesterday. I said, why are you not spying on Jaden Daniels?
I love
you
Washington won that
receivers.
game. I love they won because they don't know how and why they won that game. They're box score fans. They're like, it don't matter. I'm like, okay. I love the hype. I love it, man. It's this set up for disaster, man. I love it. I love it.
Brandon,
I love it.
3.
Number 3. Yeah, I'm dropping Buffalo. It's kind of hard dropping Buffalo because they did beat Detroit and they did beat Kansas City. But man, you struggle to beat New England, dude.
Same thing. Same thing.
You struggle to beat New England, man. And
Same here.
I gotta bring you down, man. I gotta bring you down. I'm sorry.
Same thing. And yeah, you playing a team that's like, and I said last week that was my Stone Cold lock. I still got it because they won the game, but it's like I'm looking at the score in the first half. I'm like, what the hell? I know doggone well. Y'all not in here struggling with the Pats. Who finna have the second overall pick in the draft? Man, come on. So yeah. But Steve, who's your number 3?
Buffalo, man.
Okay.
Buffalo. Yep. And this is based off of they can win at home, but if they see my top 2 at their home, they can't beat them, man, in the playoffs.
And it wouldn't surprise me either.
Yeah, I'm thinking playoffs, man. I'm thinking like right now, more so just playoffs, man, where what they can do.
Okay, so Tristan has for his number 3, he has the Ravens. And I can see that.
Okay.
I can see that.
I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either.
The Steelers are legit. You played a really good game against a legitimate opponent. And they're starting to find that balance. So between just trying to throw the ball all the time or just running the ball all the time, they're balanced. So you don't know what's coming, and that helps. I, for my 3rd team, my number 3 team, have the Bills, just like you guys.
Okay.
Yeah, that knocked them down because I had them up there, but they got knocked down simply because you struggling again. Hey man, you see a B, you slap a B. That you see a bad team, you stomp a bad team, and they didn't do that. So that's a problem for me. They still a top 5 team. They still very very good, but you can't be up there with the big dogs. So brings me to my number 2. My number 2 team is the Ravens.
Coochie cool.
The Ravens ain't tickling nobody. They hitting folk, and then they actually went out there and played
Okay.
a very, very highly contested game against a very, very good opponent that is going to make the playoffs. The Pittsburgh Steelers are still in the lead in that division, even after losing to the Ravens. So it's like that was a very credible win, and it could change in the next 2 weeks. We don't know, but I like the Ravens. They really they showed themselves to me for the reason that they're able to be a way more balanced. Justin Tucker's found his mojo again. He ain't missing no more field goals. Derrick Henry still running through people like Metamucil. It's still they're starting to play Ravens football this time of year, but the best thing about it is they're balanced for a change. It's no longer we're gonna throw it all over the yard, and it's no longer we just gonna run 3 yards in a cloud of dust type crap. They actually finding a good balance. Find balance, Daniel son. They doing that. So that's what's kind of making them a little scary to the rest of the league.
Eric,
I
can't stand you.
What?
Derrick Henry's running through people like Metamucil.
Yeah.
I can't stand you.
I mean, is he not?
He got no filter, man. You know what I'm saying?
You get on my nerves, man.
Where's the
zero filter, man.
You get on my nerves, man.
That's how he is, man.
And I like the play call because there was a couple of plays they didn't just hand him the ball. They got it. They got him the ball on the perimeter. Like got him out in the flat. And they threw him the ball. So he out there running full speed against DBs. He just get it was just like, dang. So yeah, it was a really good. I really like what they're doing offensively. I really do.
I can't stand you, E.
So Tristan's number 2 team is the Bills, which I think he's being generous. And he's not here to defend it, but
I can see that's cool, man. I'm not mad at that.
Steve, number 2.
I'll go Lions, man.
Okay, you still got the Lions number 2.
I got the Lions, man. You know they're tough. They're home. They're good, man. I think they're better than the Bills, the Ravens, Eagles. I just feel like they get a home game. Now this is about where teams are now, not like predictions for the playoffs, but
absolutely
they're playing the second best football in my opinion, man. They are.
They're the best team in the conference right now. They're the best right now. They are,
and that's number 2 for me.
Okay. All right, Brandon, number 2.
Let me put Kansas City number 2.
Okay, the Kansas City Cheats. Okay. That's Cheats with a T. Okay.
With the F, Chiefs.
Cheats.
The Dallas Texans.
That works too.
I love calling them Dallas Texans because that's just the history of the team. But yeah, man. I mean, I know they only have one loss. I think they still trying to get it together on offense. Maybe they get it together these last couple of weeks into the playoffs, and it'd just be perfect timing for them. But right now, I think they're not there yet. They might get there, but they're not there yet. So I'm putting them number 2.
Okay.
And that's Kansas City Chiefs standards. That's what I mean.
Okay. So for your number 1,
Detroit Lions.
Lions. Okay. Steve, number 1.
Yeah.
KC, man.
Really?
Yeah. Absolutely. They have the best record. We know they get ref help. We know that. But they're sound, man, in every unit, and when the playoffs start, they'll be even better, man. They're sound, dude. I mean, I can't. Why wouldn't they be?
Well, Tristan has Alliance as number one, and I do too.
Okay.
If you notice, the Kansas City Chiefs are not on my top 5 at all.
Wow.
At all.
They're a top 5 team right now.
That record says they're a top 5 team, but if you actually sit down and watch the games, they look suspect as hell. I'm gonna be real with you. The defense is not as good as it has been. It's been saving.
We watch it, but they're not top 5.
No, sir. No, sir.
So they get all ref help.
No, sir. I didn't say all ref help, but they get it. They get the help when it's needed.
Okay.
And there's no doubt about that. I mean, this is not hyperbole here. There's people all over the world without a dog in the fight that watches these games. And I know Texas fans are pissed off.
No, I get that. I get that. And
just like every other team that plays KC. No, they are not. They're not playing their best football right now. Pat Mahomes is not playing very good football. Right now he's playing the worst football of his career, actually. But
he is.
I think this is a hot take, but I'm gonna stand 10 toes down and say what the hell I said, and I mean this.
Okay.
Their record is a damn illusion.
I agree.
I agree. You know what? I'm not mad at you saying that.
I agree.
Saying that.
So no, they are not the best.
They're not one of the top. They're not one of the top 5 teams in the NFL.
Hell no.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
Okay. So you got these teams that are winning games on their own accord, over their own volition, overcoming and winning. Okay. So anybody who puts Kansas City at the top, I'm sorry, I don't trust it.
So
okay?
I feel you. And
the Lions are decimated by injuries. And guess what?
Remember,
I'm gonna go back to my original statement. You see a B, you slap a B. What they did to the Bears? They slapped the Bears around. They went in there and all kind of injuries and everything else overcoming. Just hey, you know what? Y'all a garbage team, and we finna show the whole world that you're a garbage team.
So I got 2 things to say. Mm-hmm.
That's what they did. Watch this. And they've been on watch this mode the whole damn season, except for when they played the Bills. You know, but
so
they jump right back up. You know, it's like, hey, okay, we ain't seen no marquee teams, but we about to see a sorry team. We're gonna show you what we do to sorry teams.
I want to remind the podcast 2 years ago, because this is the best record the Chiefs have had in 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
They started 0-3, remember? 2-3 years ago. I said, they hit the playoffs, they're going to be different. Everyone in here laughed at me on the podcast. I said, okay, watch. They won it.
Okay. Right? We'll see.
I'm saying is next year, like the playoff version of them is different. Now, mind you, the past years they've never had this record at this part in the season ever in their franchise's history. So they're playing the worst ball ever, but they're winning. But Andy Reid, he outcoaches a lot of people, man. A lot of people. Now, I think Houston could have won.
Yeah, if they didn't have a ball boy calling timeout.
Houston could have won the game. I will say that. But KC, they're gonna do what they do in the playoffs, man.
I'm just saying.
I don't believe it for years.
I don't believe that the NFL is scripted, but I do believe there's some powers at work here. Okay, and I'm just being real with you. Okay, Kansas City has been skating by for too long, and they have been playing some pretty subpar football. And without the help that they've been getting, they could easily be like a 9-17.
Well, not them. It's just Pat Mahomes been playing pretty bad, actually.
Oh, look at what Cleveland said. He just said that.
No, he said this earlier, so I'm reposting it.
Yeah, see, they could be 9-7, a few inches here and there. They 9-7.
Sure. Because week 1, Baltimore should have won that game. I'm
Hello.
real about it. But playoffs happen. They're a different beast, man. They're a different animal in the playoffs.
Okay,
They're
so,
like,
so I'm gonna challenge you with that, Steve. You just said that this countdown is about right now. It has nothing to do with playoff predictions. So
You're right, you're right.
which
We got
one you doing now?
well, right now the record says they're playing really good football.
The record is an illusion.
They're still top 5.
And you agree
bro.
with me when I said that.
I do.
I'm gonna
But
hold
they're
you to
still top
task.
5.
I'm gonna hold you to task.
They're not 5 teams playing better than them right now as a unit. Pat Mahomes is playing not great, but they're not 5 teams better than Kansas City right now. There's not. There's not, man. There's not.
Man.
There's not.
You're entitled to your opinion.
There's not.
You're entitled to your opinion.
If a team was undefeated,
Now, will Kansas City go out and probably win out
If
these
Case-
next couple games? Absolutely.
Eric, if they were undefeated, I know you don't like them. If they were undefeated, you would still no. You would still have them out of your top 5 right now if they were undefeated. You would, dude. They're top 5, bro. They are. They are, man.
In my top 5 actually beat them, so you know
They're top 5, bro.
the referees didn't show up that game. I'm just saying. And I'm standing 10 toes down on that. And everybody that's slurping up Kansas City, I'm just trying to tell you they're not as good as they have been.
They're top 5, bro.
The Kansas City that I know that's like, oh my God, they're a machine. That team doesn't exist anymore. It doesn't. And there are teams that are playing far more efficient football right now than they are. So and you know, and like I said, that's the hill I'm standing on. Now, will they probably win out?
Okay.
Absolutely. Hell, they probably gonna three-peat, but we all know what that is. It's not because they did it on their own merit. And I stand on that. There's too many. One time, that's a one-off. 2 times, that's a coincidence. 3 times, wait a minute, goddammit. 4 times, hold on. 5 times, no. The league wants them to win the Super Bowl. They want them to be the first team to three-peat. That's what that's really about. Are they a good team? Hell no.
But they can play, man. Like, they're a good team. I get the penalties. I get the no calls. Don't even get me started on that with my team. You talking about no calls? No call. I won't even go there.
Now,
let's put the refs out of it.
To your point, to be fair, officiating this year has been egregious in football. So I'll give you that.
They're balling, man. Pat's not the best, but they're winning. They're balling. No calls. Do not get me started on the holds.
I just said that. Officiating has been horrible this year. It has changed some people's records. The officiating has been so bad. So I don't doubt that, but it seems to always happen in Kansas City games, especially when they're at home. Let's go to paying those picks. Okay, last week I didn't count all of my picks, but I'm over 500. I'm looking at it right now. I was only wrong on 4 games. And right now the Saints are being steamrolled. I picked them to lose to the Packers. So let's get into it. First game of this is a Christmas game. This is the Chiefs at the Steelers. This is a pick'em game. However, referees pending. I like the Steelers in this. I really do. I like the Steelers in this. I like the Steelers defense to really wreak some havoc and cause some problems. But I also expect to see a lot of flags thrown on the Steelers for smacking Pat Mahomes upside his head. So
also,
referees notwithstanding, I like the Steelers.
Also, I'm hearing that George Pickens might be back for this game.
There you go. So I like the Steelers. So, and George Pickens gonna get thrown out the game because he'll crash out. But not before he catches a few really good balls. So yeah, I got the Steelers. Ravens at Texans. Beyonce's doing halftime. And she's doing halftime with, I believe, Texas Southern University's band. I just like to say that the first HBCU
Christmas
band
Day.
that Beyonce performed with was the Grambling State University. So, y'all may be doing it now, but we did it first. And that's that.
Goodness.
Yeah, they call it Graham Cello. Anyway, I like the Ravens over the Texans. The Texans got a lot of injuries. They just lost Jimmy Ward with a foot injury. I'm thinking about the defense side about it. Like Jimmy Ward with a foot injury. Tank Dell is out. They just signed Deontay Johnson, but I don't think he's going to be much of a factor in this game. You got to get some chemistry with C.J. Stroud, and I don't think it's going to be there. I like the Ravens to win this one, but I like the Texans to really put up a fight. The Texans also have an offensive line woes with the injuries to the offensive line. And so even though you can run on the Ravens, I don't think they're going to be able to with Joe Mixon because of the offensive line is really not helping Joe Mixon out. He'll have a few runs, because he's Joe Mixon, but he's not going to eat like he normally would. Next game, I got the Seahawks at the Bears. This is really a game about who's the worst. And at this point, I think the Bears are the worst. The Seahawks are not a good team, but they got more to play for than the Bears. So I like the Seahawks to beat the Bears. This will be a great game for the Bears to rise up and do something. But I think the Seahawks are going to probably beat the Bears because, again, the Seahawks still have something to play for. Enjoy it while you can. So I got the Seahawks in that one. Chargers at Patriots. The Patriots gave the Bills unholy hell. They lost that game. It's going to happen again. The Chargers are going to win that game. We're seeing a different iteration of Justin Herbert. And I swear, if they could get rid of Quentin Johnson and get a good receiver, the Chargers will be a real problem. This is not their year. But they fix that problem. They get a more sure-handed receiver than Ladd McConkey. Somebody with Quentin Johnson's size and stature, but it can actually catch. T.
Higgins.
Yeah, that's just a suggestion right there. That's one right there. But Quentin Johnson he's terrible as far as his hands. His hands are god awful, and I said that scouting him coming out of TCU. I said I don't like his hands, and then Brandon backdoored and said the same thing. Before he even played the NFL down, we were like, I don't like his hands.
Nope.
Love the size, love the speed, don't like the hands. But I still
the blocks.
Yeah, I still like the Chargers to beat the Pats in this one. This next game is a pretty good one, man. This is Broncos and Bengals. This is a game we didn't know was gonna be good at the beginning of the year, and now it is. The Broncos are on the come up, man. This is another team that you got to keep your eye on in the next couple of years because they could really be causing some problems, especially if they can keep that defense intact. Zach Allen, that defensive tackle in the middle, he's phenomenal. It talks about Pat Surtain the second. That what's going on that defensive line has been phenomenal.
Really,
I like the Broncos to beat the Bengals. I think that the Broncos can generate enough offense to really take advantage of the Bengals' deficiencies in defense. We could see a shootout.
I don't know because I feel like Vance Joseph going to have some answers for that Bengals offense. It would not surprise me.
He may. I think the key is to get Joe Burrow off the spot and put a lot of pressure on him, make him throw some off-kilter passes.
And Vance Joseph can do that.
But that being said, if the Bengals didn't, I'm going to say it again, if the Bengals did not have the record they have, we'll be talking about Joe Burrow in the MVP conversation because he is lighting it up. It's just that his defense is awful. But I like the Broncos in that game. Cardinals at the Rams. Yeah, the Rams are gonna win that game. The Cardinals are who we thought they were. That's ironic considering the fact that Dennis Green said that when he was the coach of the Cardinals about the Bears, but the Cardinals are who we thought they were.
Exactly.
The Rams are probably gonna win this game going away and be woohoo. We the kings of the NFC West. No, you're not. You're a usurper, and you'll be coming back down next year. But in this game, you're gonna win. The Rams will win. Next game, Dallas Cowboys versus the Philadelphia Eagles. There's no Jalen Hurts as of right now. Now, if he passes protocol, this pick, I want to put a note here. If he's available, if Jalen Hurts is available, I like the Eagles. However, if he's not available, I like the Cowboys because they're not dumb enough to lose when they're supposed to. So I like the Cowboys winning this game. As of right now, Jalen Hurts out. So I'm going off of it. I'm going off of the injury report. As of right now, I got the Cowboys beating the Eagles. Because again, they're not dumb enough to lose when they need to. But this is gonna be part of that's gonna pave the way for the return of Mike McCarthy next year as a coach. And I got the Cowboys. Panthers at Bucks. This actually might be a good game. The Panthers are starting to get their feet under them. They feeling themselves. They just beat the lowly Cardinals. Now they're like, hey, we're not that bad. Yeah. So, but I still think the Bucks will win. I still think the Bucks will win that game. I got the Bucks over the Panthers. Jets at Bills. Bills, this is your opportunity. Listen to me. I know, Josh Allen, you don't watch Just a Fan podcast, but if you just stumble upon it, Josh Allen, listen to me.
Don't do that nonsense again.
You better not. You're not going to lose, but you better not let this game be close. You better dog walk them for filth. You better crush them into oblivion. Seriously, you're at home and you're playing the Jets. The owner of the team that you're playing thinks it's a good idea to bring in players based on their Madden ratings. You need to beat them and beat them bad. I got the Bills winning this game. Give me the Colts over the Giants. The Giants, they trying their best to get up there, man. They got the number one pick as of right now, I believe. They trying to maintain. Yeah, they trying to maintain the number one pick. They
about to take a quarterback in the draft.
I saw a play against the Falcons last week that screams tank. It was a lineman that when the ball was snapped, he just dove face first on the ground. I want to say it was the Matt Judon. It was a turnover, but it was egregious. It was bad, and I was like, they are tanking. So yeah, I like the Colts. I think Anthony Richardson gonna have a good game, and so will Taylor. Raiders at Saints. The Saints still got a lot of pride. I don't think they're gonna let the Raiders come into the Superdome and beat them. I really feel like, but Spencer Rattler is a hot mess. I don't know. I'm going on a limb and I'm picking the Saints. They might lose this one, but I'm gonna go ahead and pick them. The next game is a who gives a damn bowl.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. Oh, wait, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
The next game is a who gives a damn bowl. It's the Titans at the Jags.
And guess what? Both teams are
Trash, 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 trash. I am trash.
Okay. All right. So both teams are bad, and but I like McCorkle Jones to get the win. McCorkle to get the win, and it's gonna be like, I just put it like this. I've seen 12-car pileups on the highway that's probably gonna be more organized and entertaining than this game. What?
Stop.
I have watched a pig slaughter for meat that will be more organized than this game. It really, seriously. But I got the Jags. Moving on. Dolphins at the Browns. I believe the Dolphins are still alive, so they got a little bit more to play for. So I like the Dolphins to win that, even though Tua played horrifically against the 49ers, they still pulled out a win. I think they'll do a little bit better against the Browns. I think Jalen Waddle might be back as well. So yeah, the Dolphins over the Browns. This game here is probably the game of the week. I love this next game. The Packers at the Vikings. They're gonna be fighting for the scraps from the Lions table. The Vikings are at home, and they got a chance to prove themselves. I think the Vikings are gonna win this one, but this is a pick'em game. This is definitely a pick'em because this could go either way. Right now, what the Packers are doing to the Saints ain't even right. So they could. I don't think they're gonna do that against the Vikings. I just don't. I don't see that happening.
Definitely not.
So I got the Vikings simply because they're the home team. Because I think the line on that game is like 2.5 right now.
Okay.
This is a game I would not put money on. I'm gonna just tell you right now, I would not. And then Falcons at Commanders. Michael Penix is at the helm for the Falcons. Anything could happen. The Commanders are on a high after beating Philadelphia, but they're back at home again. Falcons got to travel up there. I think the weather's gonna be bad if I'm not mistaken up there.
I think so.
So I like the Commanders in it.
Actually, hold
DC?
on. I don't think so. That Sunday.
December 29th.
I don't think so.
It's gonna be pretty cold, ain't it?
It's gonna be cold, but you talking about? So when you say bad, you mean just like cold, or you mean just like
The
what?
Falcons play in an indoor stadium. Cold is bad for them.
Okay, then yes, I agree with
Well,
you.
no,
on that part.
well, bad for us is snow and ice. Weather.
Hey, Steve.
I'm speaking-
Steve, you better
I'm
tell him,
speaking-
man. You better
I'm
tell him.
speaking from a Southerner's point of view. Okay. So from a Southerner's point of view, anything colder than 30 degrees is bad weather. So I like the Commanders to come out and win this game. I think the Falcons gonna get outside and be like, "Oh God, who nobody told me it was supposed to be." So yeah, I like the Commanders to win that game. This next game is a stone cold lead pipe lock. The Lions are going to beat the 49ers by 30 points or more. This will be the worst loss the 49ers will have this season for several reasons. Number one, they're still salty about losing the NFC Championship game to the 49ers. Number two, when they see a bad team, they slap a bad team. And the 49ers are a bad team. They not finna tickle them. They finna curb stomp the 49ers. It's about to be ugly. Number three, the 49ers are on their fourth running back, their seventh or eighth or ninth lineman. And Kyle Shanahan's putting Brock Purdy behind that, which is insane. And the defense without Dre Greenlaw is just completely lost. Like we saw it the last two games. Dre Greenlaw's in at the first part of the game. Defense lights out. He tweaks something, pulls something, is out for the rest of the game. The defense lays down. So nobody can ever tell me that he doesn't have an impact on the defense. Just his presence on the field doesn't have an impact. So that takes me back to the Super Bowl when he tore his Achilles right before the second half. Before that, the Chiefs only had 6 points. They exploded in the second half after Greenlaw left the game. So with that being said, we don't know if Greenlaw's going to play. I wouldn't play him, honestly. I wouldn't play any of my starters if I was Kyle Shanahan, but he's an idiot. Because this game is meaningless to the 49ers, and they would get more out of losing this game than they would winning it. Because right now the 49ers are picking 11th. They could easily move up to 10 or maybe even 9 by the end of this weekend. So, and have a good shot at one of the tackles from Texas. So yeah, I got Lions by like 30. If the Lions don't beat the Niners by like 30, at least 25. The Lions, I'm gonna be disappointed. Y'all might move down on my countdown, on my top 5. I'm honestly, the Lions don't like the Niners for real. After what the Niners did to them in the NFC Championship, they salty. They are salty. Think about what the Lions have done this season to teams that they lost to last year. Go and look at the box scores, and I rest my case on that. Okay, they have dog walk teams that they lost to last year. They on a revenge tour. Okay, so yeah, that's a stone cold lock. I mean, the Niners are so cooked. Like, I'm already looking at film for next year for draft picks. Honestly, they are just so cooked. So it'd be more beneficial to lose these last 2 games than to even try to win them and just refresh for next year. So that's the pick. So to recap: Steelers over Chiefs, Ravens over Texans, Seahawks over Bears, Chargers over Pats, Broncos over Bengals, Rams over Cards, Cowboys over Eagles if Jalen Hurts doesn't play, Bucks over Panthers, Bills over Jets, Colts over Giants, Saints over Raiders, Jags over Titans, Dolphins over Browns, Vikings over Packers. Pick 'em game. Don't put no money on that. Commanders over Falcons, and Lions stone cold lock by Wentz over the Niners.
All right, y'all. Good night.
You saying good night? Wait, you ain't logged off.
He said, all right.
He said, all right, good night. What is he doing? Brandon, what are you doing? Is he like standing still? Like his picture's not frozen. Brandon, what the hell are you doing? See? The picture. What is he doing? Brandon is weird, y'all. I mean, he's really weird.
Brandon's live. He's live, man. He's muted.
Brandon, you're muted, and we decided it's time to sign the show off, man. The show's still running. Brandon just sitting there. I don't know what he's doing. Brandon, that was weird. Brandon, don't do that no more. That was weird.
My bad, y'all. I was just being random. My bad.
That was weird as hell. That was about 1 minute and 30 seconds of randomness.
Hey, so yeah, I can be random like that sometimes. Okay, my bad. All right. So, all right. Now, all right. Let me do this for real now. Okay. All right. So, thanks y'all for watching the show again tonight. Especially tonight because it is a change up from Wednesday, but Wednesday's Christmas, so we wasn't gonna do it on Christmas. So it's a Monday night special, especially since the game was a waste of time between the Saints and the Packers, which I think the Saints are winning 34-0 now. I just turned the game off, so I don't care no more.
You mean the Packers?
You know what I mean. So yeah, Packers being the Saints. So they winning 34-0. We are currently live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. Okay. You can follow us on Twitter, Facebook, IG, and TikTok. You can listen to us on Apple and Spotify podcasts. Okay. That direction, the good guy with the black hat, panel 316. Down below, Steve Space Age White. Y'all already know who I am, the Wildcat quarterback that runs this thing, the NFL Encyclopedia, Coach Williams. Good night. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. Happy holidays. We will be back on Wednesday, not this Wednesday, because I just said it's Christmas. We'll be back on New Year's Day. So we have a good break. All right. Y'all enjoy yourselves. Spend time with your family. Eat good food. Love your people. Enjoy yourselves. Peace.